This looked to be one of the biggest games in college football this season, but Notre Dame's got 2 losses. Clemson has 4, all in the ACC, so their conference championship hopes even dashed. Clemson taking on Notre Dame. We got Steve Merrill on the line from Wager Talk. It's wagertalk.com, the place to be. Wager Talk TV right here on YouTube as well for all your wagering needs, any sport. Steve, we got Notre Dame, Clemson. Of course, Notre Dame thrashed them at home last year as an underdog. Clemson, there's the mystery of what are they playing for at this point and how motivated are they going to be?
Yeah, I mean, that's obviously a concern. And I always feel like saying a team's tossed the towel in the season is vastly overused in sports. But the teams that occasionally do it are a team that, like Clemson, that had championship hopes and is having a very disappointing season because then they don't have much left to play for. And at 4-4, that's definitely the case here. And bad loss last week against NC State, to say the least, but a little misleading on the scoreboard because they had a 2-0 turnover deficit. What I did like about Clemson in that loss was that their defense came to play still. They allowed just 64 rushing yards, only 138 passing yards. And I think that's the key to this game, as Clemson is still one of the best defensive teams in the country. And the public's going to be all over Notre Dame. I did a standalone solo video earlier this week on Monday at Wager Talk TV, and Notre Dame was a 2.5-point favorite. And I was shocked the line wasn't higher because I knew the public was going to be all over them. And just looking at scoring metrics on the season, Clemson wins by 7.5 on average. Notre Dame's winning by 23 on average. You know, just a lot of numbers get you higher there just on the blind. And then by Tuesday morning, it was -3 across the board. I wouldn't be surprised, Mark, to see Notre Dame maybe go up to that key number of 3.5 by this weekend. My database simulation, 10,000 games run through the database, on average actually has Notre Dame winning by exactly 2.5. So I think that opening number was correct at +3 or more now. There is some value with Clemson. And I think we can actually take a flyer with them here as a good defensive dog and trust that they will show up for a couple reasons. First of all, if they lose this game, they go to 4-5. They maybe still make a bowl game. They might not even elect to go at that point. So this is basically their bowl game. So I think they will have this game circled. And as you mentioned, a huge revenge motive, a legitimate revenge motive for a couple reasons. First of all, they were 8-0 straight up last year when they go to South Bend as a 4-point favorite and lose. So that wrecked their season last year, their national title hopes. And then on top of that, they were blown out on top of it by 21 points as a road favorite. So they were a 4-point favorite exactly a year ago in this spot. Now they're a 3-point home dog. So I do think there's some value here with Clemson. And with that strong defense, I do trust them to show up here. Obviously, Notre Dame's a much better offensive team, but this is a tough spot. And it's going to definitely be a contrarian play. I'd say the most public play this week is going to be Notre Dame. We'll go anti-public here and take Clemson at +3 or more.
We get Steve's under the radar selection exclusively here at the Voice of College Football. Sign up on the main YouTube channel, the Voice of College Football. For your membership, you get Steve's selection each and every week, 17-5 against the spread since week 1 of 2022. You get my picks as well. Discord link, all sorts of good things there as a YouTube channel member. Also on patreon.com/MarkRogersTV. Steve, thank you so much for the breakdown.
Thanks, Mark.